Hey there, so I got Dave here again, and this time I wanted to talk about, there's a lot of people who are wanting to get into their first home and they're just really unsure about the whole process. I know originally when I first was starting out, I had the very similar thought that, you need 20% down minimum and all those sorts of things. And you definitely told me the truth, which was way different from that. Do you mind sharing just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there is a misconception about the 20% down. We can go as low as 3% down. I don't remember what your first mortgage was, but it was not 20%.
No, the first two were both 3 or 3.5.
3.5, yeah. So we can go as low as 3% down. And the beautiful thing about that also, so let me back up. There's that misconception that you have to have 20% down.
Right.
Then there's another, let's call it a belief, that if you're taking out a bigger loan, then you're automatically doing the wrong thing.
Sure.
That, what do you want to call that? Conventional wisdom, I suppose?
Yeah.
But there's another way to look at that, and that's the use of your dollars.
Yeah.
So even if you had the money, say, to put $50,000 down on a loan, or on the purchase of a home, is that really the best use of that $50,000, or would it be better to, say, use 25 for your down payment, and then you've got the other 25 for whatever you're going to do, a remodel of the bathroom when you move in,
or emergency fund,
or maybe you're already, and with you, I know this is true, you're setting your sights out for that next property.
Right. Absolutely.
So instead of tying up a whole $50,000 in the purchase of, let's call it property A, let's put the $25,000 toward that, and then we'll get that thing whole rolling and going, and then you've got the other $25,000 that you're gonna. So it's the use of funds. So there are some different misconceptions about that. Obviously, you don't need the 20% down, and then also, how do you really want to use the assets that you have?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for me personally, I was thinking from the aspects of, a lot of people think also that it's just going to be the mortgage that will be the cost of the home, but there are a lot of things such as maintenance. Sometimes, your insurance isn't included in it, or your taxes aren't included in your mortgage. There's always going to be something that comes up. So not spending everything on the down payment, so then you have some equity that you can't really get out unless you try and do a HELOC, and then that's a whole nother thing. But I really appreciate this. I think it's been pretty helpful, and hopefully more will realize that the barrier's not as big as it seems to be, and what a lot of people like to say that it is.
Right. Let me just add one little tidbit at the end. This is maybe a little known fact, but it's a whole nother video really to talk about mortgage pricing and rates and so forth. But interestingly, so one of the objections is, well, if I put less than 20% down, then I have to pay mortgage insurance, monthly mortgage insurance.
Right.
And that's true. But based on your credit score and the loan to value and the debt to income ratio, that might not be a huge dollar amount each month. But here's the interesting fact. We, in many cases, will get better pricing, and when I say pricing, the cost of an interest rate on less than 20% down because of the mortgage insurance. Because essentially,
I didn't know that.
That mortgage insurance is providing a security. It's reducing risk to the lender. So then in turn, lender investor, they're able to offer better pricing on the rates.
Yeah, I'd be really frustrated if I put more down and had a higher APR.
Right? Exactly.
Well, thanks, and look forward to having another video with you.
Take care.